Welcome into new camp. We have walked precisely, well, 2.75 kilometres, and to be fair, probably 250 metres of that was just wandering around this area here, trying to find a nice flat spot. When you're kind of coming down, there's quite a bit of green, and to be fair, if there was like an absolute, out and out emergency where you had to pitch somewhere, and there's enough places, there's enough options in an emergency. But I noticed there's a nice flat bit just behind the camera, and obviously I reckon it's being used fairly recently because the grass looks fairly flat there. So we're gonna pitch there. There's probably another spot down there. There's definitely a few spots here, but this is probably the best spot. So yeah, we haven't come very far. My 10% of my plan was to go to either Fairtor or Little Niset, where I used to go a very long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. So my original plan was to go there, and then I remembered that at the foot of Fairtor, kind of like this side, there's quite a big flat area, and I was thinking of going there. I thought that was my plan then. And then when I was coming down here and I saw this flat area here, and even though it's probably only another kilometre, so it really isn't far to the other flat area, I thought, let's just have a look here, see if we can find something, and then we'll pitch up here. I'm not so bothered about walking miles and miles, this trip. This was meeting a friend, relaxing in camp, going off the day that, he had to go home, just doing a little walk somewhere. So we've found this spot here, and this will do. And then tomorrow, the weather looks quite miserable tomorrow, which is a bit of a shame. So what we'll probably do, it looks like it's going to clear up from about 3-4 o'clock. So it might be worth waiting in camp until, say, I don't know, 3 o'clock or something, maybe 4, and then heading back. And it really is just kind of up there and down the other side. We've basically cut off the going up and down over that way, so we've really shortened it. So like I said, it's 2.5 kilometres back, give or take a bit, so an hour maximum. And even if that spot, hopefully that spot won't be taken, and we can we can conquer it again. If it is taken, there's plenty of other options down that way, so it's really not a problem. But at home, I'm probably walking 12 to 15,000 steps a day. So I'm walking a fair amount each day, and then I'm running around sort of looking after my dad, and then when the carers come, I've then got to move the dogs out the way, and it's not really stressful, but it's all extra stuff that just takes time and energy and mental exertions and things. So I could walk on, but I think we're going to stop here. This is a nice spot. There's no signal here, and if I'd have gone over to the other spot, there'd have been no signal there too. So we're cut off from the world. the one of the reasons why I'm quite happy to stop here or the other side is it's certainly here. The other side is maybe more 50-50, but certainly here, whilst it's probably unlikely that we're going to get anyone going through here, it's possible. And normally I would try to avoid that, but to be honest, I wouldn't be too put off if we get one or two bods walking past, primarily because of Bella, because she's barking at everything at the moment. So, you know, trying to get her socialized and seeing other beings and things, you know, is not a bad idea. So I'm quite happy, and that's another reason why I'm probably just going to, I probably won't pitch immediately. It's 3 o'clock. I'll probably start pitching maybe in the next hour or so. I think we'll get the kettle out, we'll make a tea, we'll get some water. So we'll get water first, then we'll make tea, and then we'll pitch a little bit later, and we'll just have I think we'll just have a chilled, relaxing camp here. And then, like I said, tomorrow I think I'll plan on staying here until mid-afternoon. We'll see what the weather's like. The forecast says rain from 8 o'clock in the morning until 4 to 5 o'clock in the afternoon. You know, probably maybe in the afternoon, if it starts to look like it might clear, then that might be worth, you know, being ready to get going. If it looks like we've got an hour or two of clear weather. But we'll basically, you know, we'll stay here. We'll stay here now, and we'll get some water. I'm going to come back hopefully in a couple of weeks, and this time I've got 5 days down here. I do have the house sitter booked for 5 days, but I think next time I probably will go back after probably go back on 4 days, and then I'll cover the doubling up caring for my dad on the Friday of that time, because we really do need to try and save a little bit of money on the care. And you know, 4 days down here, and I'm down here all the time anyway, so 4 days down here would be, you know, a good length of time. And then I'll see whether I can arrange for see whether the house sitter can do something in October. I've provisionally taken some time off for myself in September, but it's very provisional at the moment. But if I could get down, so that's great knee set, that's little knee set there, and that's kind of, so maybe if I come back and I park over the other side, maybe I can sort of come down that way for a few days. Oh, see. Like I said, really, I'm quite happy just coming out and chilling and relaxing. It really isn't about, you know, trying to get, I did that last year, trying to get, you know, 1,000 miles in, literally, but you know, I did almost a circumnavigation of Dartmoor last year. Well, almost the northern part, you know, almost. And to be fair, I don't think I've got the energy I don't think I've got the energy or the wherewithal to not only not to do it, but to be bothered to do it at the moment. Anyway, yeah, so let's get a few bits out of the pack while you're recording. I've got my water bottles there. Oh, let's get a few bits out. It's not going to rain until tomorrow, and I could get the Duamid up quickly if a shower threatened to pass. So that's fuel, which we will want. That's my cook pot, which we will want. Rubbish, tea stuff, dog bowl, although she can probably go down to the water, but I've got the dog bowl. I remembered that this time, forgot that last time. And then food, and that's food for today and tomorrow. There's a few other bits in there, but it's mostly food. So I'll have some, actually I think I'll have soup. I think I'll do soup first actually. Cream of vegetable, chicken and vegetable. So I think we'll get water, spoons, cup. The reason why I brought my poor Messner cup with me this time, I really don't like these. Paul, you must have a very big mouth to be able to get that lip thing over your big gob. I'm being rude again, Paul, but don't tell anyone I said Paul's got a big mouth. He'll unsubscribe now. But I find the lip is too big. I think I must have a very dainty mouth or something. But I just find that lip on it, you know, it's just it feels a bit those that just feels a bit big for me to put in my mouth. I prefer things more delicate and succulent to suck upon. Toilet paper. So washing my mouth out. I think that's all I need out at the moment. There's no point in taking anything else out. Everything else is pretty much what I need, you know, for in the tent. In fact, I've got some water here. Oh. So, as I'm feeling lazy, I can actually feel I felt like half of a spot of rain in the air. It's not supposed to rain, so I'm not going to rush to put the shelter up. I just want to see whether anyone, you know, if anyone walks past, and then I can put Bella on the line and okay, all right. Well, I'm gonna get my cup of soup going. Oh, I haven't said, because like I said, I was with my friend the last couple of days, so I've not done so much video, but I don't know if I said or not, or if I just said to him, but I was in Dave's shop, the Gorge Outdoors, and I saw this Primus lighter for sale, and it's the one I got in Norway, but of course because it's a lighter you can't transport it, so I had to leave it in Norway. with Bjorn, so I'll grab it next time I go. Good excuse to go back to the same place so I can use my lighter. But I saw this lighter and, you know, I liked it so much, and I saw it in Dave's Gorge Outdoors shop in Cheddar, so pop in. So I grabbed it, you know, while I was in there. I thought, well, I liked it a lot, and it's a good lighter, so I thought I'm gonna have one so I can use it here too. If you want to get Trail Designs Sidewinder, these are the best. These are the best, unquestionably, no questions about it. These are the very, very best cones for your pots. You need the Sidewinder, and then you need it to an Avenue 600, Avenue 600, and then a Trail Design Sidewinder cone that fits the 600. I think is the best option between space, weight, and enough for one person. I've always found 600mm is plenty for one. Some people go for 900mm. That's fine. It's not needed. 600 is plenty. This is the 550. So I got the 550, the 600, and the 900, all with a Sidewinder cone. I use the 600. I used to use the 600 the most. It's certainly my favourite. It's certainly one that I would recommend and use the most. The 550, Avenue 550, doesn't come with a lid. You've got to buy a lid separately. So I put a bit of tin foil on it, which works fine. Otherwise the lid is as expensive as the pot and doubles the weight of the pot, so it's kind of like defeating the object. You may as well just stick with the 600. But if you really want to save grams, the only other problem is that the handles get very hot on it. So when it's in the cone, spread them like you're spreading a horse legs, so the handles are apart. If you can get some, you know, of that rubbery stuff to go on, it helps. Sometimes it just pays just to put enough fuel in so that it goes out in time, that you're not, you know, struggling to pick it up. So there are drawbacks to the 550 over the 600, which is why I would recommend the 600, because I've never had a problem with the 600. The 550, this one comes with these silly little diddy arms here, probably because they're lighter to put little arms on than the slightly longer arms on the 600. But the arms on the Avenue 600 are superior to this, so that's why I would recommend getting the Avenue 600 pot and the Trail Designs Sidewinder cone, and then you can put everything. I've got a video up on it, but you put everything in the pot, and you could probably put a very, very small fuel bottle in there as well, but very small, like probably like 30ml or something. Generally I put my I'm finding now I put my fuel in a Platypus 500, although this holds 450 for some bizarre reason. I've got more fuel than I'm going to need because my friend had some left and he let me top up, so I've got plenty of fuel for tonight and tomorrow. So yeah, we're going to light this up, and then we'll eat later. for tonight we'll either have potato and jacket toppers, or we'll have, oh, that's spare mashed potato, or we'll have, oh yeah, my friend had some milks as well, so he let me have those. So I've added those in. Haggis and neeps. Haggis and neeps, and then I've got that potato which I can, you know, add into it. So that's my meal for tonight and tomorrow sorted. Right, so I'm going to get this lit. I'm going to have soup.